Welcome. Tom, can we have a roll call, please?
Yes. Sorry,
It's okay.
Pepper was talking to me.
We're allowed to do that.
Pepper.
So we being
Ms. Bose,
here.
Mr. Clark. Here. Ms. Evans,
Here.
Ms. Groger,
Here.
Dr. King,
Here.
Ms. Martinez, Ms. Pasculi,
Here.
Ms. Santos.
Here.
Mr. Van Hise. Here. And Mr. Ryan's not here yet. Okay, you have a quorum.
Thank you so much, Tom. The Open Public Meeting Act authorizes the Board of Education to meet in executive session under certain circumstances. The Open Public Meeting Act requires the board to adopt a resolution at a public meeting to go into private session. The Lawrence Township Board of Ed will meet in executive session this evening to discuss certain items involving this evening, specifically HIB. Formal action will not be taken. Exec session is expected to last about 30 minutes. I have a motion to move into.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved.
Dr. Barriaxa, would you like to introduce our musicians this evening performing for the Board of Education?
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Klim. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, board members. Good evening, community. My name is Dr. Barriaxa, Damian Barriaxa. I'm the supervisor of the Math, Science, and Arts program at the elementary grades here in Lawrence Township. And we have with us this evening our orchestra members from Lawrence Intermediate School. These folks were selected to perform at the CJMEA Honors Orchestra coming up. So these are not just our orchestra performers, our orchestra musicians, but they represent some of the best orchestra musicians at this grade level in the state. So, led by Miss Clark. Miss Clark, take it away.
Thank you so much.
Our first piece will be Acceleration by Cooper Ford.
Right? And just excited, kind of like if you were on a roller coaster or just like experiencing life for the first time. You know, that's what exhilaration is from. We're going to be performing this at our May 1st concert with the full orchestra, which is about 70 kids. So May 1st, Lawrence Intermediate, 7 o'clock. This is one of our combined big orchestra pieces. And this is actually composed by one of my good friends, Cooper Ford, who actually, he was at my wedding, he played at it. So he's a good friend. So, and he started composing music. I was like, well, I'm going to go pick your music for you. So, and you guys love that song, right? That's a fun one. Who would like to introduce the next one? Come on.
This is Fiddles on Fire by Mark Williams.
you.
That one is also going to be on May 1st.
That's a good one.
May 1st.
Great.
Come join us, hear us at our spring concert. It's coming up quick, right, guys? But they've been working very hard, so we're excited. And Honors Orchestra is the weekend before that, so they've been packing a lot of music in this one. Thank you for your support. What do you say, guys?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wonderful.
Melissa, how long have these students been playing?
So everybody's a 6th grader, except for Lashita here, who's a 5th grader.
Wow.
But she's had some violin lessons before she came to the intermediate.
Wow.
She got a little sneak peek and just rose to the occasion, right? Yep. So everybody here's 6th, and we're going up to middle school, and we're excited, right?
Well done.
Can't wait to see them at high school level too, right, guys? Yes. All right.
Thank you.
Stand, right? Thank you so much.
Great.
Yes. I want to learn how to play.
Okay. Great.
You're Mechie and Aero, both? Congrats, that's all, my son's at Aerospace at Penn State, so, yeah, so good luck with that. So I got a front row seat on what's involved.
Great.
I heard it's a. I have a couple of friends that are in that department.
Okay,
Yeah,
Great.
I
Thank you so much.
that's awesome though.
Welcome, everybody. The New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend public bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. As required under the law, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided via email and/or fax to the Times, the Lawrence Ledger, the Public Library, and has been filed with the municipal clerk. This notice was provided prior to the 48 hours required by the Open Public Meetings Act. The board reserves the right to limit public discussion of personnel items and other matters as defined in the law. Do our flag salute.
Music is still going in.
Okay. Thank you. First, we have our student representative report. Peer leaders, come on down.
Or up.
Come on up. Welcome.
Hi. Last Thursday night, 95 juniors were inducted into the National Honor Society in the induction ceremony. The new inductees pledged their commitment into the society and heard speeches from Dr. Adam, the LHS principal, Mr. Neil Desai, the district's new assistant superintendent for curriculum and instruction, and Ms. Hoy, an NHS advisor. The senior NHS members have fulfilled their membership and duties are being passed to the new members. Project Graduation is throwing Clash Royale, a fundraiser, on April 25th. It will be a series of flag football games between the classes.
Hello, I'm Travis. The 3v3 basketball tournament is tomorrow night. The 2 finalists will then play the teachers on Friday during the lunch periods. It's an event all the students look forward to. And then our spring sports are off to a great start, and all of our teams are looking forward to the rest of their seasons.
Hello, my name is Keon. So Culture Fest is scheduled for June 14th and will celebrate the diverse backgrounds of our student body through performances and food, and everyone is encouraged to attend. Also, AP testing begins next month, and students have already begun preparing both in and out of class.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You don't want
Have
to
a good
stay?
Other things to do tonight.
It's like what? Nobody told me that.
In recognitions and acknowledgements this evening, I'm going to call Ms. Gabrielle Cassieri up. April is School Library Month in New Jersey. Welcome from LIS.
Yes, it's the most wonderful time of the year. School Library Month. And I am here to read the State of New Jersey State Board of Education resolution in recognition of School Library Month in New Jersey. There's a lot of whereas, so buckle up. Whereas, the month of April 2025 has been designated nationally as School Library Month by the American Association of School Librarians, and whereas The New Jersey State Board of Education recognizes that information literacy skills are necessary and essential for students to become active, informed citizens and contributing members of local, state, national, and global communities. And whereas school librarians provide information literacy instruction so that students learn to think critically, to make informed decisions, and create and share knowledge in preparation for post-secondary success. And whereas school libraries are the heart of their schools, promoting literacy, equity, diversity, and inclusion, and serving as a center for voluntary inquiry through open access to resources to foster students' growth and development. And whereas school library media specialists provide literature appreciation activities, as well as guide and encourage content and recreational reading honoring students' right to read. And whereas school library media specialists work collaboratively with all content areas promoting activities with the goal of increasing literacy rates and students' academic success. And whereas it is both fitting and proper that special recognition be given to school libraries and the role of certified school library media specialists, recognizing their professionalism, honor, work ethic, and performance as trusted information professionals. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the New Jersey State Board of Education and the Commissioner of Education recognize April 2025 as School Library Month in New Jersey. Thank you. And I just would also like to say thank you so much to Lawrence Township, because we have a certified school library media specialist in every school in this district.
But do they all have book dresses?
They might not. At LIS today, we are doing Autism Acceptance Spirit Week, and today is What's Your Passion Wednesday? Dress for something you love. Perfect. And I love the library. So thank you for having me, and thank you for recognizing us and for supporting us as librarians in the district. We truly appreciate it.
Whereas,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I would just like to say, I think we are very fortunate in Lawrence Township to have library media specialists in all of our schools. They're all amazing. I remember all of my time in the libraries at all of our schools, at book fairs and volunteering, and I can say for sure the library in our schools have had a big impact on my children's lives, and that is due to the amazing library media specialists that we have in our district. So thank you to all of you. Adoption of the minutes. Can I have a motion to adopt the executive session and regular session minutes from the 3/19/2025 meeting?
So moved.
Second?
Tom, with a motion and a second, please.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Kroger?
Abstain?
Dr. King?
Abstain.
Ms. Pasculi?
Yes.
Ms. Santos?
Yes.
Mr. Van Hise?
Yes.
Ms. Bose?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Reports to the board. Superintendent report.
All right, first off, thank you so much to our LAS musicians this evening. It's always so awesome for us to walk out of executive session and we have some music playing. I think the board also enjoys it. So thank you again for arranging. I wanted to express my gratitude for the resolution read by Gab Kasseri. Ms. Evans already stole my thunder. I was going to comment on your awesome dress. I was very impressed. We are so fortunate to have dedicated, talented media specialists, as we've already said, in all of our schools. Their commitment to our students and community is truly inspiring, and I appreciate all of our media specialists and library assistants in the district. I just want to call them by name because everybody knows them fondly. Eileen Kramer, Janelle McDowell, Shannon Lucarelli, Gab Kasseri, Stacy Moore, April Oliver, Michelle Imerdino, sorry, Michelle, and Wendy Offrey. Also this week is National Assistant Principals Week. We're so grateful for all of our amazing APs across the district. They're truly our trailblazers, the unsung heroes in our buildings. Really a special shout out to Mr. Z, Miss Rello, Miss Hart, who has stepped up to fill in and support Miss Rello's maternity leave, and Dr. Wasserlieben, Dr. Williams, Miss Eke, and Dr. Stein. We really, truly couldn't run our schools without you, so sincere thanks. And I am in blue tonight, proudly supporting Autism Awareness Month, Acceptance Month. We're doing some really awesome things throughout the district, really modeling infusion of inclusion, not a one-time deal. Certainly, I think the culture of our buildings really speak to all of the inclusive practices that we do with our kiddos day in and day out on all levels. That makes me more proud than I can even acknowledge. So please appreciate the wonderful buttons. I think that we're out on the dais here, and we have a bag filled back behind Ms. Baldessari. It's the white bag. Our LES friends have created autism acceptance buttons, which I'm proudly wearing, and it really just models the respect we have for all of our learners and making sure that everyone is here to learn and grow, and we see you and we hear you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Klim. Board Secretary report.
So quickly, we had a very lengthy finance meeting, and I won't steal any thunder. I think I promise.
More than welcome to.
All right. So just to give the board an update on things that I believe that you wanted to hear last meeting, and make it known that we're not just focusing on the middle school with the referendum. All the other buildings are still in our mind, and so I bring these to the forefront for you. So we are undergoing a construction project. We're seeking your approval tonight on the SBM section of the agenda to move forward with what we call a school facilities project, and that's a term of art, and to create a lavatory at Lawrence Intermediate School. So this would be a lavatory with all the appointments necessary to accommodate persons with special needs. Of course, it has all the other appointments as well. And so I know that Vanessa Bakarsiak will be walking with our architects, same architects, FBHD, which is George and Steve, if you know them by first name. And I believe I'll be there too tomorrow, walking around to find the appropriate place for this facility. Also, and this is not very exciting, I suppose, but just to let you know that we continue with improvements at LIS. Over the summer, we'll have sink replacements in all the lower rooms. We've done Slackwood School, we've done Ben Franklin, we did the top floor of LIS, we'll do the bottom floor, and that's all paid for from a grant from the state of New Jersey. We will be doing, and you'll hear me use this, these initials, RTU, rooftop units. We replace those boxes that are on top of buildings. At the intermediate school, we'll be doing the 94 edition, which is the library. Where are the librarians? Are they still here? So that's getting replaced. It's already contracted. And we'll also be doing rooms 57, 58, and 59. So the board awarded that. It was a pretty hefty contract, upwards of almost $800,000. And we've done the same thing at the high school. So, but we'll talk about that later. So we wanted to kind of piece it out as we go here. We have Slackwood School's modular building floor. We'll be replacing any number of hallways and rooms there. And finally, and wrapping this up, is the budget hearing, which is May 7th. And so we don't expect that there'll be any changes in that, so you'll see something that looks like deja vu. The resolutions will all be adopted again. The state is asking us to do a few things that are a little more formal than I've ever seen before. So when we go into the budget hearing, they've actually asked us to, or recommended to us, I don't know that it's a requirement, to pass a resolution or a motion to hold a budget hearing. So it would look something like this. Someone makes a motion to begin the budget hearing, it's seconded, and we are now officially in the budget hearing within the board meeting. And so then we do the presentation, and we turn and we open it up to the public, as we always do, and say, are there any questions from the public? And then when it's over, we say, is there a motion to close the public hearing? And second, and boom, and you're back in the board meeting.
And no voting, just
no voting.
close, that's it.
Yep, just to somehow memorialize that this is an official public hearing. And so we don't have it that this is anything required by the state. I've never seen it before, but the county distributed this recently, and I just looked at it and said, okay, if that's what you need. Does it get us CUSAC points? That's a yes, then everybody smiles. So that's all I have for you this evening. There's a lot of things on the finance agenda.
Yes, thank you so much, Tom. I don't really have a board president report, other than I just wanted to thank Tom for all of his hard work over the past couple of months, specifically regarding our referendum. And going forward, I know a lot will be falling on his shoulders, and I feel we are very lucky in our district to have you leading us in this financial journey that we're going on. I know tonight we have a lot of things, the beginning of it, the start of it, and I just wanted to, have the public understand what a big job you have done and how extraordinarily well you have done it for us. And I look forward to the great things that we're going to do in the future for our district together. So thank you so much, Tom.
Thank you, and thank you for your support, and every one of you. There hasn't been a single board member who hasn't come forward to say, how can I help, what can I do, or work on it with me. So, from Amanda to making sure that we're clear, and of course Jill's in the audience, and she's making sure everything gets done right away. So thank you for the pledge.
Yes, your team as well. I mean, I always say you, but I mean the entire team that stands behind you. I know they work so hard, and we appreciate that, and I know our community does as well.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, liaison reports. Student board member report. Edison, you're up.
All right. Good evening, everyone. As we are approaching graduation for this year's senior class, I would like to once again speak to you about our current fundraising efforts for this year's project graduation event. While we have made significant progress, we are still in need of additional support from both community and students to ensure success of the event. So far, project graduation has raised roughly $10,900 towards our goal of $16,000, leaving a gap of just over $5,000. We've identified low participation in fundraising events as a leading cause of the deficit. While initiatives like the Shake Shack fundraiser offer 25% return on sales, turnout from both students and parents have been lower than we'd like. We strongly encourage community members to get involved in these events to facilitate and support the continuation of project graduation. One of the biggest fundraising opportunities this month, which was brought up earlier by one of my peers, is Class Royale. It's, as she said, a school-wide competition that serves as a rematch of the fall Powder Puff game, but with expanded participation across all grade levels. Despite strong administrative support and several school assemblies, student signups remain lower than we'd hoped, with seniors and juniors in particular showing some reluctance to join, which poses a significant hurdle in making the event happen. Participation in Class Royale is crucial. Not only does it help raise funds for project graduation, but it also strengthens school spirit and provides students with an opportunity to create lasting memories. In addition to encouraging student participation, we are also looking for more parent volunteers, particularly for coaching roles and monitoring activities at events. While we have enough volunteers for ticket sales and concessions, we still lack support in key areas such as supervising for Class Royale. We also have a direct donations portal on the project graduation website for inclined and generous individuals. And despite the difficulties we've encountered thus far, we still remain hopeful that through continued outreach and strong community engagement, we will secure the necessary funds to ensure a successful project graduation event for the class of 2025. Thank you for your time, and I encourage everyone to spread the word, get involved, and support these efforts in any way possible. This concludes my report.
Jeremy, is that the Shake Shack, is that still going on, you're saying, or that wrapped up, the Shake Shack?
Actually, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Just didn't know.
Looks like we have to get some milkshakes.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, if they're not going on, I do not want to.
Calories are taken away if it's a fundraiser.
Right.
Thank you so much. Lawrence Township Education Foundation.
We did meet, and Neil Desai was the two of us were leading the cause there. We had a great meeting. LTEF is just so amazing in supporting programs in our district. Both Neil and I thank them for reading the grants, for deciding where the grants were going to go, presenting them at the schools. The work that they put into supporting our schools is just phenomenal, so we both were just so pleased. We also took the time to thank them for doing the research for the referendum and understanding that social media is not the place to get your facts, and they squished a bunch of facts that were not accurate, and they stood up and supported us, and we wanted to thank them for that also. And our next meeting, gosh, I had that at the very end. I should have put that up front here. Next meeting will be May 2nd. And the one thing that Neil suggested, which went over very well, and I was like an aha moment for me too, is that the grants for the next session will look at the topics that might focus more on the curriculum needs of our district, which, yes, assembly programs are great, but let's try to focus them. and the committee agreed. So we did that. Do you want me to do all of them and get it done? New Jersey school boards do, or wait?
Yep, that's
All right.
next on the list.
All righty. On March 15th, well, I had a family emergency in Florida. I did Zoom in and attended the New Jersey School Board's Legislative Committee meeting. It was 9 to 12. Guest speaker was Assemblyman Cody D. Miller, Legislative District Number 4. He spent an hour discussing his legislative promises and responding to questions from committee members, which people like us said, these are the problems, and I think they appreciate our viewpoint. They hear the bills come across the floor and they sound fantastic, but they don't have people that are working with the bills that they're passing. So he took a lot of notes, so that was exciting, and encouraged us to reach out and speak to the people that are proposing these bills to give them the background that we have to live with when they pass. We talked about the proposed budget for 2026, recently signed education laws, the ones that are being considered, that are being looked at, the ones that were passed, 3957, 5151, temporarily relief for posting public notices, which we talked about before. Newspapers are folding. We're looking to try to do it online. And some caveats have been allowed for us to look at doing that for this year until a decision is finally pushed through. We did talk about the bill with getting the numbers of signatures required for candidates on elections. That passed. Discussion of state and general assembly legislative public hearings for FYI 2026 was discussed. There were opportunities for public input. We talked about bills on the move. And the Capitol Watch newsletter, which each and every one of us are privy to, they're sent out to all the members, and they're encouraging us to take a moment to take a look at those so that you don't have to listen to me spit out all these bill numbers. You can read them on your own and reach out to legislative people when you have questions. Next legislative committee meeting will be May 31st. It will be in person in Trenton. I then sat in on a resolution subcommittee meeting April 1st. 6 o'clock, it was a WebEx. There were 3 proposals that are going to be moved on to the Delegates Assembly. One had to do with esports, which I thought was very interesting. A lot of districts are highly into this. It's a highly competitive sport, and the proposal is to award varsity letters to esport participants. They put in the time, they compete, so it's going to be moved on, and NJSIAA is also going to get involved looking at how to make that work. Second resolution had to do with school nursing shortages, certifications. This one is going to be passed on. The third one that was also moved on was about excused absences, and this has to do with students that are attending vocational or trade schools, that sometimes they have to go for meetings or certifications, and they're missing school to do these things, but they're not excused absences. And we did something similar to that for military instances too. So that one's pushed on, so take a look at those. Next Delegates Assembly, if anyone wants to join me, please do, May 10th at Mercer County Community College. Updates from New Jersey School Board Second Annual Women's Leadership Conference, which we had people here attending, was fantastic, sold out. They're looking next year for a larger venue to continue it, so be on the lookout for that. Also, New Jersey School Boards will present its inaugural Equity Expo Friday, the 11th at Mercer County. Lots of sessions will be there creating and sustaining equity in New Jersey schools. Workshop 2025 taking place October 20th to the 23rd Atlantic City Convention Center. Theme this year, your ticket to big ideas and bright futures. And I was just told that we have already submitted 2 proposals to present from our district. Bravo. Very proud of you guys. And that's it for that. And project graduation's already been dealt with, so that's my report. Yeah, well, the county meeting, yes, that's coming up. We'll have elections. We'll get into that another day.
Are you sure? Come on, give us some more.
Moving on.
We're moving on. I'm going to Robin just wants to make a quick announcement.
Yeah, little birdie just told me that our student rep is now committed. Do you want to share with the board where you're going to college?
I got admitted to Princeton, and I will be attending next fall, so thank you.
So proud of him.
Thank you.
Sorry for that brief announcement.
Yes, we have to
We
jump
want
on
to
that.
celebrate
Yes.
Edison and all of his accomplishments, and we're so happy for you.
I wouldn't be here without you all, so.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And-
So now you can come back, though. You won't be that far away.
We'll come see you.
Yes. That's really wonderful, Edison.
Parents' weekend.
I was with your father last night, so I
It's all good,
called
no
you
worries.
Jeremy instead of Edison.
Oh,
That's cute.
two wonderful Ryans,
Yes.
right? Okay. Student services.
Student Services meeting was held on April 1st. In attendance was Vanessa Bakarsiak and myself, Arndell Clark. Items to highlight, we have a couple of recognitions. Thank you to those who participated in our Rock Our Socks to celebrate Down syndrome awareness last month. The next district-wide event that's being planned is to celebrate autism awareness, and that'll take place on the 25th of this month. Thanks to Brett DeNovi for their contributions to our professional development in working with the MD classrooms at LIS and LES this year to support our teachers and our students. ESY and Connect, planning and preparation for ESY and Connect continue for the 2025 summer session. It's ongoing currently with staffing and student placement. There will be more updates coming up next month. Upcoming events, LTPS, through the request of the Mercer County prosecutor, organized a meeting for all the Mercer County directors to be informed about an event called Blue Envelope on Sunday, April 27th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Mercer County Park. The event will allow an opportunity for families to sign up to be listed on the Special Needs Registry. You can obtain a special needs or autism identification card as well as a blue envelope. The blue envelope helps identify those with special needs to law enforcement easily. That ends the report.
Thank you so much, Arundel. Reconfiguration ad hoc,
We have no formal update this month.
next month. Review of communications, any? No. Okay. First opportunity for public input. Okay, seeing none. Board discussion and work session, we have nothing this evening. And Personnel Committee report and personnel action items.
That would be me. We did meet on April 2nd, 8:15 to 9:10 a.m. In attendance, Dr. Robin Clem, Sean Fry, Arundel Clark, Olga Martinez, Kevin Van Heist, and Joanne Kruger. We are starting to advertise an interview for next year's vacancies, and if you'll notice on new business, Sean has already done one of those. I was like very impressed. Anyway, we discussed mid-year follow-ups. Lawrence High School administrator participated in interview events with New Jersey Stride, Rider University, and let's see. We'll be approving the job description for secretary to the business administrator, financial specialist, and policy 24220 just had some minor language updates. On tonight's agenda, let me make the screen bigger, there we go. On tonight's agenda, you'll find a resignation due to retirement. And at this time, I'd like to congratulate Sheila Carnival, a special education assistant at Ben Franklin Elementary School. She's served the district for 18 years. And in addition, also Bernadette Husel also is a special education assistant at LES. Bernadette has served for 19 years and 3 months at the end of the school year. Both ladies will total that. We'd like to thank both of these amazing, dedicated women for their commitment to our students, to our programs, and helping to make the lives of our students filled with learning and support. We wish both ladies a healthy and very happy retirement. You'll also notice, you'll see some appointments due to clearances, approvals for resolutions, substitute teachers, substitute assistants. You'll also see secretaries, resignation, transfers, staff leave, replacements, a sidebar agreement, and an unpaid leave. You'll see a motion to authorize an action. And with all of that, I'd like to now move P1 through P15, please.
Second?
Tom, with a motion and a second?
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Groger?
Yes.
Dr. King?
Yes.
Ms. Pasculi?
Yes.
Ms. Santos?
Yes.
Mr. Van Hise?
Yes.
Ms. Bose?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Next is CIAPD and Student Services action items.
CIAPD meeting was held on April 1st from 8 to 10 in the board office. Joining me were Dr. Klim, Mr. Desai, Ms. Foster, Dr. King, Ms. Bose, and Ms. Santos. Sarah Foster provided updates on a very exciting DOE grant, Artificial Intelligence Innovation in Education. We are one of 10 school districts in New Jersey to receive this grant. Ms. Foster presented on the timeline of the grant, which will be from May to December, and the main objectives of the grant are to develop a stronger AI policy in the district, conduct AI outreach events for our primary students or faculty, and support the development of innovative AI curriculum and enhance overall instructional practices. There was also a discussion of ongoing consultation with TCNJ faculty with the support of Dr. King. The committee reviewed a couple of policies. Mr. Desai provided a summary of the Staff Professional Development Day on March 31st. Staff enhanced their professional knowledge in many areas such as social emotional learning, artificial intelligence, data analysis, education and the law, and differentiation of instruction. Mr. Desai also provided an update of his transition and his visits to all the schools, his meeting with staff, his focus on community partnerships and student achievement. I'm going to be meeting with him one-on-one tomorrow. I promise not to scare him off. He'll get pepper light.
Thank you, that's good.
Progress updates included solidifying the teachers and the classrooms for additional preschool classrooms next school year. Also, an upcoming tour of Mercer County VOTEC to learn more about their career and technical education program, and the area of community connections, an update on the Louisville Road project on March 25th, and the Historical Society Day on April 10th. And that concludes my presentation. On your agenda, you'll see a resolution of support authorizing Sustainable Jersey Grant. There's some non-public state funding, and approval of HIB, and 2 students out of district. I would like to move OIS 1 through 4 and OSS 1 through 3.
Second?
Tom, with a motion and a second?
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Groger?
Yes.
Dr. King?
Yes.
Ms. Pasculi?
Yes.
Ms. Santos?
Yes.
Mr. Van Hise?
Yes.
Ms. Bose?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Finance Committee report and school business management action items.
We had a very lively meeting, lengthy meeting on Friday. In attendance were Ms. Evans, Ms. Pasculi, Ms. Santos, myself, Dr. Klim, Mr. Eldridge, and Ms. Pozluzny. The first and most, I guess, exciting part of our meeting was deciding whether or not we were going to commit to actually doing breakfast or not, having reached a consensus on that. We actually rolled up the sleeves, and as we've joked about in the past, it's all referendum all the time. The first half was really in conversations about that. And while the referendum, as much work that went into that, that was actually the easy part, and that really wasn't the work. Now it's really the rolling up the sleeves and understanding what goes into that. So first item on our agenda was the budget hearing, which will be on May 7th, as Tom had referred to earlier, but specifically with the referendum, so that the public and even the board members understand, just to get off first base, we have to retain our consultants and our professionals, and that's a very kind of strict process. Certain things need to be bid, certain things, for professional services contract or extraordinary unspecified services contracts. There's RFPs, RFQs. Somebody has to put together the specifications for that. There are timelines and deadlines to be met. There are publication requirements.
What's an RFQ?
Request for proposals, request for qualifications.
Qualifications,
So
thank you.
depending on what type of service you're going out for, what you're doing, again, just the kudos and accolades to Tom and his staff can't come loud enough or often enough because of the amount of work that goes just even into the background work that you need to get just to get your people in place. So as of now, our architect contract that Tom referred to earlier has already essentially been done, and it's over and been delivered to the Office of the State Comptroller. And they've been actively working on our other contracts for construction manager, our environmental engineer, lab testing, and even our money manager to get those set up. We also have bond counsel that's being coordinated with so that when we go out to issue bonds, it's very important to the district that we both maximize, essentially the revenue that we'll be able to obtain with the best interest rates and those types of things when we issue our bond, and also want to make sure that we kind of insulate ourselves from the changes that are currently going on with the stock market, with the impacts that the federal government is currently having on the markets. So we want to get that set up as soon as possible. So all of those things are ongoing while we're doing everything else. One of the money managers is also important, just so everybody understands that once you go out for bonds and you issue the bonds and you retain the funds, that will be a very sizable portion. Certainly we will not be incurring one bill for that. So typically what happens is that you invest those monies that are received from the issue, and then you have to make sure that they're managed properly because they are funds from tax-exempt bonds. And so therefore you cannot essentially invest those to make profits over and above what your costs are. So that's very important to make sure that somebody professionally manages that. Otherwise, there are penalties and reporting requirements to the federal government. All of the things that don't ever really get talked about, but Tom is essentially keeping us on track on and understanding. And that's just to get your people lined up and the funds that you need. So all of that is ongoing right now, and we're knee-deep in that. While that's going on, they're also doing kind of the run-of-the-mill work for our students. So we're also putting together and getting our professional services contracts lined up for our non-public services. So these are students that are essentially parentally placed and that are not currently in district but do obtain services from us. And then also our normal special education services, so attorneys, auditors, SAGE, OT, PT services, speech, social workers, all of those contracts are in the process of getting taken care of. While the weather but for today has been getting nicer, so all of a sudden we're going to be on lawn cutting and lawn maintenance obligations. So Tom's office is coordinating that. We've got lawn maintenance services are out to bid, as well as our in-house, on-staff people. They're getting geared up, getting the equipment ready. They're already out and about. Certainly, as we heard earlier from the students, all the sports teams are ongoing. So there's field maintenance and all those types of things that are currently being done. SREC sale went out. Bid openings are this week.
We didn't get any.
Didn't get any bids?
You will see those on the agenda again tonight on new business.
Did see that?
And we changed the floor.
To 150.
That is correct.
Yes.
From 200. We had that discussion before. We gave it a try. Nobody wanted to do that. They said we were too optimistic. So
Don't lose that optimism.
Correct. We remain optimistic.
We remain optimistic.
Yes.
You don't hear that often.
No.
We're too optimistic.
Well, we've sold at that price before, just not this time.
And Tom did brief us that apparently there are some legislative changes that are being contemplated that could actually essentially remove the SREC sales market as an additional source of revenue, which may be driving some of the market that's currently there now. Luckily for the district, we were kind of at the beginning of the curve in getting solar and that sort of a thing. So we were kind of coming to the end of our SREC lifespan anyway, and the district still sees an immense benefit in having the solar panels. You know, certainly the infrastructure and green technologies, the offset on our power draw, which reduces our utility bills. So they have been a very positive addition for the district, even if the SREC sales are coming to that additional revenue, maybe seeing its end. We received an update on a student worker initiative. So we currently have one of our students at the high school, special needs students, who is currently working with our lawn and maintenance staff. It has been a wonderful pairing. He's been, from all updates, it's been a phenomenal resource for us, and has been working out really well. So that's awesome. He's getting life skills. We're getting our facilities and taken care of, and it's been really a great pairing. Tom mentioned the lavatory at LIS. That project is up and running, and you will see that on tonight's agenda as well, so as we move forward on that. We also received updates on the PEA program. Our PEA plan for 25-26 has been officially approved, which is great news. And now Robin and Tom and the staff are working to actually get our off-campus provider, get them through the approval process. The last kinds of item that we talked about were kind of, in addition to all the contracts and getting that out, construction phasing, planning is also going to be an essential component of this, as everyone can imagine. There will be impacts to district operations and certainly our schools. And so the idea is to come up with the best, most efficient plan to actually minimize those disruptions while expediting the construction schedule as quickly as possible. And that will involve lots of phasing. Certainly portions of buildings may be down. That may cause relocations of students or classrooms or programs or activities and those types of things. So all of that is kind of at the infancy stage, but being already thought about. And the district is committed to having a very deliberate and informative plan, especially for communication, so that all of our staff, our students, our parents, and our community know, because that's going to impact everything from morning drop-offs to, like I said, classrooms to school activities and those types of things. And then administratively, they are really continuing to meet essentially weekly for staff meetings. Two things, so that everybody is staying on the same page, which is fantastic, keeping track of all of this. And the benefit of that is also they're building the bench. So everybody is essentially cross-training. Everybody has the ability and frankly, the willingness to step up anything that needs to get done. So as board members, I mean, it is fantastic to hear that our central office staff, and certainly even down to the schools and the staff level, it's all hands on deck, and everybody has been willing to do anything that's required, learn each other's jobs, pitch in, which is fantastic. So with that, nothing else went on that morning.
Sure. You didn't really say enough.
And so with that, I will move SBM 1 through 11.
Second.
Tom, with a motion and a second.
Mr. Clark.
Yes.
Ms. Evans.
Yes.
Ms. Grover.
Yes.
Dr. King.
Yes.
Ms. Pasculi.
Yes.
Ms. Santos.
Yes.
Mr. Van Hise.
Yes.
And Ms. Bose.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. I would be remiss if I didn't just say thank you to the Finance Committee. They do so much work. The detail of what they do is huge. I appreciate the thorough report, Kevin, even though I'm joking about it. I think it's really helpful for the public to understand all of the things that, of course, the school is doing, but that the board is involved with. I think the partnership between the board and the administration is something that in a lot of districts are not as seamless and as cohesive as it is here. And I think it allows us to do so much more work with less time. And time is something that's so valuable to all of our board members. As I remind the public, we are volunteers and not paid. and spend a lot of time together. And so I just want to acknowledge and appreciate the Finance Committee, because I know that one is one that is very long, and there's a lot of different things that go in, and I know you didn't share everything even today, but just so that the public knows that the board is really involved with all of the decisions, and it's really a great partnership, and I'm super proud of the Finance Committee and the work they've done thus far, and looking forward in the future as well. With that, we have our next opportunity for public input. Okay, seeing none, we move on. New business?
New business, there's staffing, more staffing, and more staffing. Then there's transportation contracts. We talked about the selling of SRECs and out-of-district placement. And I'd like to move new business items 1 through 15.
Second?
Tom, with a motion and a second?
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Groger?
Yes.
Dr. King?
Yes.
Ms. Pasculi?
Yes.
Ms. Santos?
Yes.
Mr. Van Hise?
Yes.
Ms. Bose?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. And that concludes our evening. Have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved.
Done.
Aye, aye, aye.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. Have a great night.